Hello, my name is Bruce Whitfield. This is ECN 423, Section 1, Homework 9, Problem 14.23. This is the second version of the question. This is the test bench. Here is the entity and the architecture. I created a signal clock, reset, zero, nickel, dime, quarter, and standard logic. A signal item, which is the selector bit, 2-bit. And then a 3-bit output that stands for the item selected, item being vended, and if change is being given back. I created a type called state type, and it's got states from state 0 to state 60. I created a signal current state and next state of state type, and then a component of the vending machine, and then I instantiated that component. And then at the first rising edge, I have a quarter being inserted, so the next state is state 25. The next rising edge, I have a dime being inserted, so the next state is state 35. And at the next rising edge is state 35, and up here I have the item to be selected, the first item, which is 35 cents for that item. So whenever it is in state 35, the output should be 0, 1, 0, which stands for item 1 being vended with no change being given back. A nickel is being inserted at this point, so the next state is state 5. And at the next rising edge, a quarter is being inserted, so the next state is state 30. And the item is being changed to state 1, 0, which is item 2. And at the next rising edge, a quarter is being inserted again, and so next state will be state 55. And at the next rising edge, a quarter is being inserted, so the next state is state 25. But since item 2 is being selected and it's in state 55, then the output will be 101, which stands for item 2 being vended with change being given back. And that's the end of the test bench. And then we will look at the simulation next. All right. All right. And so at the first rising edge, a quarter is being inserted, and it is in state 0, and the next state is state 25. Item 1 is being selected, and the output is 0. And at the next rising edge, a dime is being inserted, and so the next state is state 35. The output is 0. The next rising edge is in state 35, and a nickel is being inserted, so the next state is state 5, and the output is 0, 1, 0, which stands for item 1 being vended with no change. At the next rising edge, it is in state 5, and a quarter is being inserted, so the next state is state 30, and the output is 0. The next rising edge is in state 30, a quarter is being inserted, so the next state is state 55 with an output of 0. At the next rising edge, it is in state 55, and item 2 is being selected, and item 2 is being selected, and it is going to have an output right here. Okay, so right here is actually where we're at. So we're in state 30, and a quarter is being inserted, so the next state is state 55. So when we're in state 55, a quarter is being inserted, so the next state will be state 25, and the output will be 101, which stands for item 2 being vended with change being given back. and at the next rising edge we are in state 0, and there is a quarter being inserted, and so the next state is state 25, and the output is 0. And at the next state, next rising edge, we're in state 25, and we're in state 25, and then the next state will be state 35 because we have a dime inserted, and this pretty much concludes the this pretty much concludes the waveform for the test bench. Thank you.